We're rolling.
Hello gamers, welcome to Psychonauts. We are at the end of an arc, the Whispering Rock Rebellion. Now, last time we ended off was a bit of a pickle. You guys had stopped a bunch of kids from fucking up the entire forest. You saved Gruff from the clutches of a couple of tiny yet intimidating young girls. But you came to realize that a few of your fellow counselors were suddenly missing alongside a few of your own campers. 4 of your campers and 3 of your counselors vanished.
Uh-oh.
You are injured after dealing with all this stuff, and you haven't had a time to rest, and you still don't have time to rest. Torres looks at all the kids and looks at Orly, who at this point is still completely out of it. Torres is holding Orly in his arms, and he's like, okay. Gruff and I are going to keep an eye on all these kids. They're going to behave, and he gives them a very stern look. They're going to behave with both of us watching. Gonna do medical checks on all of them. You guys search every inch of this damn camp until you find them, okay?
We'll do that.
Moosh
Of
nods.
course.
Torres, with Orly still in his arms, is like, come on! And he motions for all the kids to follow him, and Gruff is like, yep, I'll administer first aid to anyone who got hurt in that whole shit mess. Oh, shoot mess. Sorry, y'all are kids. Come on! And Gruff starts hurting the kids after Torres. And with that, the kids are going to the main camp hall with Torres and Gruff. You all now have a mission. You need to find Ernest, Baylor, and Avery.
Oh no.
Wait, Stell, at the end of the last one, Spooky still had Matt with them. Did they
Also
just
had
take
Mac.
him?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Torres takes Mac, and Mac is like, Mac has been defeated. Like, he's willingly going at this point. He's pouty, but he's like, fine. Like, he knows it's over.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. So, where do you guys look?
Where? What?
Can I look by the lake?
Sure. Moosh is the first one to suggest somewhere to look. You guys run after him. He goes specifically to the lake. As you guys approach, however, you see a silhouette on the beach. The silhouette is large and round. You realize it's a very massive fish of some kind, but it's still alive even though it's out of the water. It's just weak and injured.
Oh my.
What the heck?
Is that a fish?
Looks
Moosh
like
runs
it.
over.
Wait,
Spooky follows.
Moosh,
Okay.
you and Spooky go over. You hear a voice in your minds. You realize it's telekinetic, or telepathic, rather. You are the counselors, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They took the bathysphere.
The what? The what? Yeah, now I'm asking fucking-
Bathysphere.
What?
Wait, you mean like one of those big iron things?
Yes. The fish starts getting to its feet, and you realize this fish has fucking feet.
Oh
This
no.
fish looks you over and says, I am the guardian of Lake Oblongata. I tried to stop them, but their powers were a bit much for even me. I suppose my age is getting to me.
Can I roll to know who this is?
You wouldn't know a name, but you know
Oh.
what it is. It's a lungfish, but a mutated one.
Oh. Okay, I was gonna ask, like, can I roll to know what the fuck it is? Maybe if there's like a cryptid legend or something. But
Not a legend. You just know this is very clearly a mutated fish.
Okay.
The most you'd know of this legend-wise is that sometimes kids would whisper about there being a lake monster.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
The lungfish looks at you all. I can carry you across the lake to the tower, but I need you to allow me to rest after I bring you there. And you realize this is the first mention of a tower.
Tower?
Tower? What?
There's a tower in the lake.
Yes. And
Can
lung-
Kaboom roll a knowledge check?
you can roll intelligence for me. I'm gonna let only Kaboom do this one.
Okay.
Seems like something only Kaboom might know. You know what lies on the island across the lake. Thorny Towers, home for the disturbed. An old, defunct asylum with tales of death, suicide, and badness, all caused by exposure to psychoreactive minerals.
Oh no.
I thought that place burned to the ground.
Not these days. Well, there's still ashes and rubble. But I haven't been able to be the tower.
Oh no, we have to get these kids away.
Yeah,
It's-
we have to.
Oh shit.
What?
Well, good. Let's get these kids so I can burn it down a second time.
The lungfish looks at you all and says, "Safer passage is within my mouth, but I understand if you're nervous about that."
Oh, okay.
Um,
I mean,
The lungfish opens its mouth and you realize there it is. It's very spacious. It's essentially saying I can swim you to the place and you'll be safe with oxygen if you just sit in my mouth, which some of you probably think very quickly of the scorpion and the frog, but
Moosh has already been.
Del.
Moosh is scrambling in already. I'm sorry. He's just like this.
which is like, yep.
Del, I kind of want to ask you this. Do you think Spooky needs to breathe, seeing what he is?
I don't think Spooky needs to breathe.
And he's just gonna like, can I just like grab on you and just hang outside?
Yes.
Okay. He's just like just calmly standing next to them at this point.
well, if Spooky's going to be on the lookout, I guess this will be okay. I mean, he looks at Kaboom, not too sure if he's going to be okay.
Moosh is sitting in the mouth and he like kind of pats next to him.
You pat the tongue next to you.
It'll be brief.
Yeah. Pascal slowly gets in. He doesn't want to be there, but he's like, well, if it's to help people out and not, God, he's already. He does not look comfortable at all.
I mean, we're sitting
As
in a
he gets-
mouth.
he-
Valid.
yeah, as he sits there.
So, you all get in, and with a clamping shut, you are within this dark, awful maw. But, hey, it's a brief trip. The lungfish starts swimming you over the lake to Thorny Towers. But with that, we cut. After all, it's still a semi-longish trip. You know, there's some time. Let's cut to our captives. Ernest, Baylor, Avery. Ernest, you had been enjoying a slice of cake that was left for you. Rather, this is the day before. You'd been enjoying a slice of cake that had been left for you when you heard a knock at your cabin door.
I just kind of like, leaves the, the slice, kind of, basically just to peek out who's there.
You see Lenny. Lenny last name. I will send a picture of him. He's down there. You see Lenny. He looks at you and he says, "Hello."
Hi?
Your assistance is needed by the other counselors. You and your companion, Baylor. Or should I call him shit?
You said they need me? Because I can, listen, I kind of expected, to stay here for today.
So, you're not planning to make this easy.
Huh?
He pulls out, and this is the scariest fucking part. Because you have no idea if this is fake or real. He pulls out a gun. And he points it directly at you.
Immediately has his hands up. Oh my god.
I need you to come with me. Now.
Okay.
Exit the cabin.
Ernest is going to take a couple steps out. Don't give Ernest make a run. Try to make a run for it.
Do you want to get shot, boy? Do you want to get shot? That is my honest answer. Like my honest reply to you asking if you can make a run for it with a gun point blank on you. The gun is he's pressing it against your fucking skin. And you wanna run? Ernest?
Shit, that's Keith's never mind. But he had thoughts of it and then he's like, I can't. He can't. He just takes some steps out of the cabin.
In the other counselor's cabin, you see a girl knock on the door, and Baylor, this is the cabin that you were sleeping in. I guess your fellow counselors let you sleep.
Sleepy bastard.
Yes.
I guess he'll jerk awake like, oh shit. He flops out of the bed and he quickly opens the door, wiping out his face. Yeah?
You see the girl, Candy, standing there, and she's like, "Hey, Planchet, right?
Yes?
Look, me and a few friends need your help with something."
What do you need help with?
Can you come outside for a second?
Yeah, he looks down at himself. He's still in his sleepwear. He's like, I just need to get changed real quick and I'll be right out.
Okay, take your time. And as you go in, she spares a glance over at the other cabin where, in broad daylight, if you just step outside the cabin, you will be able to see Ernest with a gun at his back.
I don't think Baylor noticed, though.
Yeah, Baylor didn't, but Baylor will.
Oh yeah, once he steps out, he just gets dressed, blissfully unaware of the horse shit going on. steps outside, sees that, and he's like, "Holy shit! What the hell?"
So I need you to like keep quiet if you don't mind.
His eyes are wide. He looks down at her. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, my dad came in.
No, it's good. It's fine.
He looks down at her, and his voice is softer now. Like, he let out his yelp, and now it's not just like, "Excuse me?"
I need you to keep quiet. You and him, we're gonna go over to the beach, well, rather the lake area real quick. Like, it's fine.
That's not fine.
Okay, are you gonna make this hard for me? Oh my god, are you gonna make this hard for me? Oh my god.
What? You,
Okay,
what are you?
okay. And she pulls out. It looks like a confusion grenade, but it's bluish. And she tosses it between her hands, and she's like, "All right, Bucky, let's get this done." And she tosses it in your face, and you just can't see. You have gone like, it's as if you were knocked out, essentially, on your feet.
Oh,
She takes your hand while you cannot speak or see or anything, and she just starts leading you along, like, "All right, bring the other one." And Lenny's like, "Of course. I wish you would be more professional about these things, Candy." "Oh yeah, professional, of course." Professional as a fucking gun? Yes. Gun exudes a degree. Stop whimpering. A gun exudes you have messed up my words. Do you know how much that makes me want to shoot you?
This is just everything else just
While the others are busy in that hall, in the very, very morning, you two are led to the beach, to the bathysphere. You're pushed in, and the door is shut. It remains locked. You two are locked in that bathysphere for what feels like fucking hours, as those kids went off to go and act the normal kid part with the rest of their campers. Until, hours later, the door opens, and in gets pushed Avery. Avery is pushed in, and he's thrashing, be like, "Hey, hey, hey!" And you see, again, Candy and Lenny, and they look in them, and he's like, all right. Look, scoot over. We're going on a trip.
where are you going?
Just scoot over. Oh my god, why are you fucking annoying? And Candy gets into the bathysphere, like pushing Ernest over to get.
Ernest gets pushed over.
Lenny sits down, and you see coming up the dock the last two passengers, Marty and Yoliv. Marty steps in with an air of grace that is sickening, and Yoliv is right behind him. Yoliv shuts the door behind them, while Marty sets the bathysphere off. This happened quite a bit ago. Ever since then, you have been in the middle of what looks to be a makeshift building made of sheets of steel, roughly nailed together. It's built over and around what remains of what used to be a tower on this island. You guys, all three of you, have been tied up in the far corner of this room for quite a bit now. The only one in the room with you at this point is Candy. Lenny's off doing something. Marty and Yolev are off doing something. But you three captives, you've been through quite a day being held at gunpoint by children. And Candy is just killing time in the corner of the room, clearly very bored.
Holy shit.
What do you guys do?
So,
Oh.
like,
Oh,
You
no,
go.
you go. I'm sorry.
nope, you started talking.
I was just about to say, Burns is just you can hear like occasional whimpering from Ernest.
So, Candy is like, she's just sitting around bored, or?
Yeah, she's like twiddling with her thumbs and like she's making every now and then like a flame with her fingers or just fucking around with her psychic powers, but like she's sighing and she's like, I can't believe I got put on fucking watch duty.
Baylor, he's like, wait, he's like fine now, right? Like,
He's awake.
okay,
You asked it earlier, he basically got knocked out mentally, but not physically.
okay, interesting. He calls out. He asks, so what's your goal here?
Look, I'm only doing this because Marty paid me to. It's his stupid plan. But since he's not here, I guess I can tell you what's gonna happen to you. Because why not? Better than sitting in fucking silence. Alright, listen up. She gets to her feet and looks closer. Not close enough for you to touch her in any way, shape, or form, but just like she's looking at you guys and she's like, Marty's got connections. Few of those connections want Psychonauts for some reason. Probably because your brains are really well trained with powers, and that means that your brains are useful. Whether or not you get to keep them, that's probably up to whoever the hell we're selling you to.
Selling. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's like a black market. Oh no.
Well, yeah. Oh, stop whimpering. Why are you such a pussy? You're a psychonaut.
I just came on. Just to get it.
Look. I feel bad because technically speaking, you two weren't the ones that they actually wanted, but they still said they'd pay extra for more than what they wanted.
Baylor lets out a huff. Is like, yeah, of course.
Oh, don't take it harsh.
No, being a target is not something I will take harsh.
Avery kind of like mutters like, who did they want? Oh, I meant these two. You're the one that they want. And with that, Avery's eyes go wide. Avery is suddenly fucking terrified, like way more than before.
What? Why?
I don't know, something about his powers, I guess? I don't know the guy. All I know is that Marty's the one with the connections, and the connection specifically asked for Avery Arlen, which is why Marty used those connections to figure out who was coming on this trip. Or did you think it was a coincidence that they asked you to come? They didn't ask. I came of my own will. No, you didn't. Admit the truth. You told them that you came because you wanted to try and be a better person, but at the end of the day, someone told you to come here. And Avery looks mortified. Because she's right. She sighs at your silence and she's like, well, are you done fucking talking to me, or?
Yeah, I think so. And Baylor tries to exert sleep on her.
Roll me extent.
It's an exertion,
Oh.
not an act. It's
Oh,
so
okay.
the way we have it written is she would have to roll fortitude. She would have to succeed.
Okay, let me roll her fort. She actually fails. She notices far too late what you're about to do and goes, wait, shit. And she just drops to her knees and then to the ground asleep.
What did she do?
I made her go to sleep. I do that all the time with my grandmother. She has insomnia. And
Oh God. Okay. How do we get out? These
I don't know. Here, Baylor kind of can he scooch around a little?
Yeah, you can scooch.
He turns so that his back is to Ernest, and he can see the ties on his wrists, and he says, "Can you use telekinesis to try and untie this?"
I don't.
Come on, stop! If you want to get out of here, you got to help me out here, okay? He looks over at Avery. Can you do that?
Oh, I have telekinesis. Yeah, hold on. And now I need to roll Avery's extent. Yeah, he does it with ease. He unties you.
Oh my god, he immediately sticks his arms forward, stretching them because they've been in there for too long. And he goes about removing any more ties from himself and quickly untying the other two.
I was about to say, like, I was about to say, it's like, would this work with like Ernest using phasing?
Using what?
He has an ability called phasing.
What does it do?
It allows the user to go for something.
You want to face the wall?
Well, I was wondering if it would work with going for these binds, or if that wouldn't work.
Going through what? What do you want to go through?
Oh, I thought it would it go. Would it work if if it was used for his own, like, the bindings on himself?
Oh, it doesn't matter because Baylor untied you anyway.
Oh.
Honestly, I almost want that to happen because Baylor would be so pissed if he now phased through it.
Yeah, but that would be a waste of your exertion.
It would
It would be funny though.
Oh my fucking
we can say that he untied them. So
god. So you guys are all untied, and now you're in this big room there's a door and it's closed. That's
Uh,
clearly the only exit.
Can actually facing actually sounds useful in this case. I spent. Oh, I'm sorry, Yoru.
What?
I'm sorry, Yoru. Ernest kind of like cautiously goes up to the door, kind of like can. Actually, can you like check the door, see if it's unlocked?
Oh, it's locked.
It's locked. Okay.
Baylor, as he's checking the door, Baylor kneels down to Candy and he very gently starts tying her up because damn it, he doesn't need any more bombs in the face. While he's doing that, he might actually he'll check her pockets to like because he said it was locked, so he'll be like, well, maybe she has a key.
She actually doesn't.
Oh,
What do? I was gonna think so. I was like, wait, oh, can you use the phasing ability to get through?
Yeah, you can get through the door. You can go through the door. Just spend the exertion.
Okay. Wait, how much do I roll for exertion? Or
No. You don't roll.
Mm.
If it's an ability that costs exertion, then you just do it.
okay. And Ernest does it. Imagine kind of just poking his head out first before going all the way through.
Avery kind of looks and is like, huh?
Baylor looks up at Avery like, what? What's going? Wait, where the hell did he go?
He went through the door, and
What?
yeah, yeah. And Ernest, you on the other side, you see rubble, a lot of old rubble, moss and grass growing over it. You know, this place is clearly the wreckage of an old building, and then they made a little tiny room amidst this rubble of an old building. And when you step out the door, me too, buddy. You see the night sky first and foremost. It's a very clear night. You also see you see that you're in the remains of like a courtyard type of thing, and then there's a side path that seems to lead to the front of this island.
Okay. Ernest, can Ernest check the door to see if like is there ways to like unlock it, or is it needed by key?
Oh, you need a key.
Is just like, oh, and kind of like puts his head like near the door. It's like, I'll be back. I'll be back to get you guys. Oh god.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm sure. I need to get the key.
God damn it!
I'll be back. If this Ernest turns himself invisible and starts to
All
go
right.
up the path.
I'm gonna say that because no one is around, you don't have to roll extent to do it, but you do still have to spend an act.
And that's fine. It's fine. Just one.
Just the one.
Okay. Yeah. Ernest is exploring while having himself invisible because you'll never know.
So You're invisible and you're exploring. You go down that path that seems to lead to the front of this island, and you go through that path and you see in like the front main courtyard, or what remains of it, again, more rubble, a bunch of stuff. You see just a lot of broken down shit. And a lot of burn marks. Old burned. Like this place, you can tell it was burned to the ground. So you see, amidst it, Yoliv. Yoliv is sitting. He has his hands in his lap, and his eyes are shut.
I'm sorry, my dad came in.
It's okay. You need me to repeat?
Oh, yes, please.
You see in that midst of the rubble and stuff, Yoliv. He is sitting down, he has his hands in his lap, and his eyes are shut.
Ernest sees that, he kind of just... Okay, need to... Ernest is going to slowly approach.
I need to roll something.
Oh,
Oh boy.
oh no.
Fortunately, Yoliv does not have the highest intelligence. Yoliv doesn't notice.
Oh, okay. Ernest hesitates. Hesitates. Once he's close enough to just see have a key. Ernest is going to look to see if Yolov has the key.
I'm sorry, are you trying to like pickpocket this kid?
Well, or maybe look around and see if there's like a key nearby.
Okay, no, if you're pickpocketing him, you need to roll me a finesse.
God. Oh, that's only 46 in total. Oh no. No. Okay. Oh, sweet Jesus. Let's hope I get a 6. No.
He feels you instantly, he turns around, and he grabs your invisible wrist. He's like, nice try. Turn visible.
Okay. I can explain.
You want to escape. I get it.
Yeah. I kind of. Do you have a key? Any chance?
It's a psychic lock. There is no key.
Huh. How am I supposed to unlock it? Oh no.
You need someone who knows how to pick it with their mind.
And who do I go to? Because I really need to get my the other
Do you think, are you under the pretense that I'm going to help you? Because
Maybe.
I'm... Ernest, he just starts dragging you. Like, he's trying to drag you back to where you were locked up.
Oh no. Oh god.
To get out of his grip, it's opposing strength rolls.
Oh no. Strength knows. The bad news is that's Ernest has a strength of 0. And oh no.
What's Ernest's body?
It's a 3.
Then roll 3.
No.
This is getting kind of embarrassing.
Ernest is trying his best.
This is trying. Shush. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
The child mafia, it's too powerful. These crime children, they know what they're doing. They live a life of crime. Fuck! Yeah,
This
no,
is just sad.
you are dragged back, and you notice Yoliv takes out rope and ties you up, like how you were inside, but he leaves you outside of the room. Which means he doesn't know the combination. He doesn't know how to unlock it. He doesn't. So he just leaves you outside, tied up. And he's like, "You stay here. You stay here this time."
It's just.
With that, we cut to the lungfish. The lungfish reaches the shore and opens their mouth for their passengers. You are released from what was probably a very damp and cramped space into the fresh night air.
He's crawling out of there. He's not having fun.
I want to say as soon as that, like,
How was it?
I want
Please do not ask that. You know what? I'm gonna ignore the fact that you asked that question.
Moosh is probably the last one out.
Yeah.
He literally rolls out. Like a little roly-poly. Like, as soon as that mouth opened, he just basically tumbles out.
Kaboom begins dunking his head into the water to wash off the fish goose goop.
Thank you for the help.
Yes,
You're
thank you.
welcome. I will rest here on the shore for your return.
Okay. Have fun with that.
Take care of
So-
yourself.
So, this place.
You see that there is, like, up in front of you, there's just a big ol' wall of, like, sand and rock that you can climb up that will lead you to the proper entrance of this place. There is a ladder, fortunately, so go ahead and use that.
Yeah.
Spooky comes to the
Let's go
left.
climbing up.
Kaboom's climbing up.
I'm climbing, scampering.
As you climb up, you see Lenny standing at the gate. He looks at you all and he says, "Oh, you've made it."
Oh, we made it? Is that all you're going to
Where are the other counselors?
Kaboom? No.
Come
I'm
on,
not even going
breathe.
to begin with you. Do not.
Lenny
Do it.
holds up a hand and he says, "You misunderstand. I'm actually on your side in this endeavor."
Oh,
You better start explaining then.
This whole plan was all Marty's idea. He came up with it, tried to get me to help, be one of the men on the inside, said I had the business savvy to make it work and to know a good business opportunity when I see one. But I also know a one-way ticket to hell when I see one. I knew for a fact the second he tricked Mac into leading that stupid rebellion, none of this would go through. I mean, a bunch of kids rebelling against a bunch of adults. I'm not stupid. All that was going to lead to was a bunch of children getting hurt, and adults, well, none of it was going to work out. So, I've played my cards right. I've been a man on the inside, just as he wanted. But that doesn't mean I'm on his side. I'm here to make you an offer.
yeah.
And what
Go on.
what is that? What is that offer?
When all this is said and done, I want to be clean of this mess. I want it to be known that even though I helped them in some of their mess, I was never on their side, and I only did it so that I could properly betray them in the end. So basically, I don't want to be held amongst the guilty party.
You know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Can know where everybody else is.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
I'll give them to
covered.
you freely. But I need that assurance that I will not be the one in trouble for this. I'm the only one who knows how to open the lock on their prison door.
Well, you know what? Fine. Just as long as
Yeah.
as long as you do that, then that's
Fine.
fine.
Fine. If you want to play the stool pigeon that rats out the mob boss, that's fine. Just show us where the mob boss is, and you can fly on your way.
Oh, I will. Come along. He turns and he opens the gate. He leads you to that courtyard that Ernest was in before, and you see Yoliv there. Yoliv stands and is like, Lenny. Yes, Mr. Rutskiff. What are you doing? Oh, that one's easy. I think you should stand down. You see, before Yoliv can react, Lenny pulls out
Gem.
a fucking gun and points it at Yoliv.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Hey, wait a minute.
Out. This
Sorry, Moosh is being kind of
Fuck, did you
quiet.
get a gun?
Oh.
Excuse my language, but where the fuck did you get a gun?
Oh, that's easy. I became Marty's most trusted confidant because I knew he would give me the materials needed to make this work. This is all Marty's handiwork.
oh.
Hey Gemini, I hate to interrupt this, but like, hey Gem, your mic is like really picking up a lot of noise.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It feels like you're far away and noise is closer. If you could get closer to your mic.
And if you can, maybe try noise suppression, because that might actually
Am I?
help too.
Also, sorry, Moosh doesn't have a pop, but I'm a. I'm sorry.
So Lenny is pointing that gun. And he's like, Rutskiff, I'm going to lead these people to their people. And we're all going to leave you on this island. You can tell your employers they will not be getting any Psychonauts today. And Yoliv lets out a bit of a laugh.
What? I'm sorry, what?
You are an idiot. You brought the one other person they wanted right here to the island. I didn't bring them anywhere. They're here of their own accord. Well, still, the one other person they wanted, right where we want them.
Uh-oh.
And who might that be?
Yoliv looks at Kaboom and smiles. You. Kaboom, I need you to roll speed.
Speed? Okay.
Shit. Oh no.
Oh, just one moment.
Kaboom! Oh no.
Ooh, you're fast. Okay. You feel it coming before it happens, and you jump out of the way. Yoliv just made a shield that looked like a cage right where you were standing.
Oh god.
Oh my.
And he's making that pyrokinesis sort of wiggling noise coming from him.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Breathe.
I'm gonna tell you guys something in advance. Because Kaboom is often going to be a source of this, because Kaboom doesn't have full control over his emotions yet. Psychotherapy exists.
I was
And
gonna
if you have it,
ask.
you can use your powers on your teammates, whether they be painful or supportive.
I was gonna ask, can I use psychotherapy if he's going to explode?
I will give you a chance to use psychotherapy pre-Kaboom explosion as a last-second chance to make it not happen.
Yeah, okay.
And I will allow it.
Yeah, right now I won't, because it doesn't seem like he super will. So I'm just gonna
if he does, or if he will, I will say that if he does decide to explode, that's going to be a decision of a D100. And if it goes below that 50, like if he loses it below that 50, that means like, okay, is someone going to use psychotherapy to stop this from happening? And that will be your chance.
I have 2 counters now. I have psychotherapy and I have a very last resort card, kind of.
You mean throw a confusion bomb at him?
Yes.
Well, then that just means he's a directionless bomb.
No. Never mind. No.
But still. Anywho,
no.
Yeah. Okay, I probably will. Anyways, so yeah. And Kaboom looks over at Yolav as he's just sort of like, well, then if you know who I am, then you know what I'm capable of doing when I'm mad.
You don't scare me. You're not going to do anything as long as there is a gun pointed to your friends' heads.
Here's the thing. Do you know why they call me a wild card?
What? I'm sorry, what?
Huh?
And I will say it now. I think Kaboom would be one of the only people to know his classification is a wild card. That doesn't mean he knows about the containment procedures for them. It means that he knows. They probably told him you're a wild card because your powers are unstable.
And does Yolav just give him a confused look?
Yeah, no, because I think everyone gets a confused look because people with the wildcard classification do not know they have it.
Can I?
Kaboom, I think, is an exception.
Can I roll to see if fuck, not Kaboom. God damn it. I read Kaboom's name.
Moosh.
I meant to say Moosh. Shit. Can I roll to see if Moosh remembers what a wild card is?
Yeah, because you're one of the only people who possibly could.
Since you're the oldest member.
Yeah.
Vanish for a second?
What's up?
Did I just, vanish for a second?
Yes, you did.
Oh, yes? Oh, yes, you did.
Oh, God.
Moosh remembers.
Moosh, you hear that, and it snaps into your brain some memories of 15 years ago, something. You don't remember all the events. It's all so hazy. There's so much that you can't remember, but you remember the term wild card. You remember looking into files on something called wild card. You know it's a special classification for a certain kind of agent. You remember seeing the scared look on someone's face when they found out they were one.
Ooh. Yeah, Moosh is kind of just a little bit stunned in the moment. But he's kind of nervously looking towards Kaboom and looking towards the kid and not sure which one he should, help, I guess, in a way, right now. So he's kind of just looking on.
Right now, my explosions have been contained. But do you have any idea what this collar does, other than shock me?
Share with the class.
I take it off. I turn into a much, much bigger bomb. Nuclear, you could say.
Whoa. Hey, Kaboom, I don't think that's a good idea.
So you better take us to our comrades, or I might be tempted to take it off.
Don't.
Because right now the only thing keeping this thing on is my own will.
I need to roll courage, actually.
Uh-oh. Jesus. I'm like actually getting really nervous about this. Fuck. Jesus.
Well, doesn't Kaboom have to roll his intimidate? No?
No, there's no intimidate. It's less intimidate and more. You don't have to rely on an intimidate roll. The opponent needs to rely on courage.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, Yoldov has the most courage out of any of them, any of the campers. He has a maxed out courage.
Tricky. Well, Brave, well, he's either...
Hello? Hello?
Then you better start
Oh, fuck.
taking us
Hello?
to our friends, then. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
It cut out for me. Damn it.
Yolev literally just looked at Kaboom and said, "You need to calm down."
Oh, God.
And Kaboom's like, then move out of his way.
I need to roll one more courage. You see Lenny's hand actually shaking on the gun, and Yolev looks at it and says, "You can't shoot me, can you?" "Yes, I can." "You can't shoot anyone." "Yes, I can." "I thought a businessman knew how to keep his head. I know how to keep my head." "He's scaring you." "So what if he is? Do you want to die here?" "I'd rather not." "Lenny, I'd rather not." Then lower the gun. And Lenny does lower the gun, very shakily. He's scared of what Kaboom is going to do, and he's even more scared of not complying with what Yolev wants from him.
Oh, God.
Yolev looks at you all and shrugs, and he says, "Go ahead. Kill everyone on this island. What good that'll do you."
Oh, sorry, just reading messages.
Yeah, no, he said, "Go ahead, blow us all up. What good that'll do you." What would you like to interject with?
I don't know, because I kind of want to try one of my abilities, but I don't think it applies here, so I'm just like,
What is it?
Okay, so he's not lying about anything, he's just reluctant, right? He's just reluctant to, like, take us at all.
Lenny?
Not Lenny. Actually, wait. Can I knock out the other kid?
Yolev?
Yolev?
Yes.
You're gonna use an ability?
Yeah, can I just use Neuralizer and just make him, like, conk out?
Sure, but because he's a special enemy, he does have a chance to dodge.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I don't know, because I kind of want to talk to him first.
Okay, then talk.
Okay.
Meanwhile, can Pascal like use his sonokinesis to see if he can try to like listen around him to see if he can find the rest of the people?
Yeah, you can use sonokinesis, just basic sonokinesis,
Yes.
but that's extent.
All right.
So Moosh, while Moosh is talking, you can do that.
Okay, so Moosh is gonna talk to Yellow and be like, kinda just. What are you doing all this for?
You need to roll speak to get him to answer that.
Okay. God! Fuck!
H. He literally just says, "Nice try."
Oh, seriously.
Why should I tell you?
Well, you have no reason to tell us. But it makes me curious why you would want them, I suppose. Whereas even your boss right now, Wati.
I'm just in it for the money. And you can tell that's a lie. But it's not gonna, you know. You can't hear anything from the others, Pascal. Meanwhile, Spooky, you wanna go invisible? You are in plain sight. Okay, would you like us to take a brief break so that you can attempt to fix your microphone? Okay, brief break. Pause the recording.
Okay. Okay,
Y'all
we're
are in
back.
this very awful standoff, and need to roll something very quickly. Yolov rushes Lenny, grabs the gun, and holds it to Lenny's head.
Oh shit.
Then, in as swift of movement as that, points the gun at Spooky and shoots.
Oh shit.
Spooky looks down at his body. He's like, "Man, kid, you're really lucky that I'm not actually here, huh?" And then Spooky just fades away. It was a fatal shot.
Just
Pascal is going to use
the telekinesis.
yeah, he's gonna use the telekinesis. It's time to rip that fucking gun out of that kid's hand. Fuck this shit.
That's extent.
Alright.
Okay. Is Kaboom still, like, about to explode? Is he still seething?
Oh, right, I have to do that D100.
Is he still seething? Because I'm gonna use psychotherapy on him, if that's okay.
Well, it's not to the point where he needs, like, to roll the D100, but if you want to just preemptively do that to calm him down, then sure.
I'm gonna
Like,
wait.
he's just...
I'm gonna wait.
Like, I will tell you if he needs to roll the D100, but right now he's just generally mad. And to be fair, that overacting of Kaboom's just a moment ago. I mean, if you all were to do like a thing, you'd know that he was bluffing.
Mm-hmm.
He can't remove the collar.
No.
Of course he can't.
Okay, so...
I would have had people roll intel, but I think that they're so scared of Kaboom at this point, they probably wouldn't have thought to think that he was blood.
Well, I don't know about Moosh. But
But in any case, do what you
Okay.
must.
I'll say Spooky and Moosh probably knew, but is it safe to say that Pascal probably didn't know it was a...
Yep.
He did not know it was a bluff. He is absolutely terrified of everything that's happening right now.
Okay, so what did you roll for, my good friend Dork?
I
Good dork.
rolled for
Explain what happens.
I rolled for telekinesis to use it to grab the gun right out of that kid's hand.
Do you bring it to your own hand, or do you toss it?
He brings it to his own hand.
uh-oh.
You'll have seized that as like, Continues to keep holding Lenny in a chokehold, though. In fact,
Can
increases the pressure.
Okay.
This is the part where we actually cut from this to Baylor and Avery. You two are still stuck in here, and Candy has woken up, and she's like, "Oh my god, let me out! I hate being stuck in here."
I hate it too, and I hate having whining from both directions.
Well, too bad. You have to deal with whining because I don't want to be stuck in here.
Do you want to sleep so you won't be bored?
No.
He shrugs.
Okay. So you feel the room getting colder.
Oh god, Baylor hates being cold. He's rubbing at his arms, and he looks over at Avery. Is it cold? Are you
Avery
okay?
Avery has his fists clenched. He's looking at the ground. He's trembling a little bit, and you realize the cold is radiating off of him. When you look down at his feet, ice is forming.
Hey, do you think you could? I remember you made a column of ice. Do you think you can hit one of the walls with that? Maybe.
Yeah, I'll try. And I get to use one of his abilities now. He's using Ice Shard, but not to do damage. From the ice on the ground comes shooting up. No, you know what? It's a different version of Ice Wall, actually. There's ice on the ground, and it shoots up, but instead of shooting straight up, it shoots up at an angle, and it's sharp. He basically shoots a giant icicle from the ground through the fucking wall.
Holy shit!
Candy's like scooting away, like, ugh.
Baylor quickly goes over and so we've got a hole in the wall, but there's ice through the hole.
You know pyrokinesis.
No, I don't.
Ernest, you do hear that. In fact, you look over and you see the wall a little bit beside you. There's a giant, big, fucking stake of ice just through it.
It's just kind of
Ernest,
that.
you know pyrokinesis?
No, I don't know.
How unfortunate. I wonder if anyone here knows pyrokinesis.
Baylor slowly looks over at Candy. Do you know pyrokinesis?
Yes, I know fucking pyrokinesis.
She was using fire earlier.
She was. You remember she was playing with fire. Also, I'm gonna roll a d100 to see if y'all hear that, because that was a big bunch of ice tearing through steel. So it probably would have made a pretty loud noise. So I'm gonna roll a d100 to see if y'all hear that.
Oh.
Big time.
Y'all do!
Oh, fuck!
Y'all do! Y'all hear a big fucking bang of ice tearing through steel, just like past the pathway that Yolav is blocking. And at that, Yolav actually turns around, distracted by the noise.
Can I just knock him out?
Do it.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna knock him out.
What's the ability, and how does it work?
Neuralizer. It makes a person confused and dizzy in the moment. Neutralizing them and making them forget what they were doing can sometimes knock a person out.
So, is it like you look and you think and it happens, or is it like a projectile type of thing, like a confusion grenade type?
I kind of slap him, like, on the back, and that's how it works.
Funny. I sort of pictured it as just sort of like, Gyro just with this little Mr. Krabs walk, just sort of just hop up,
Gyro? Hello?
sorry. You have a lot of G-name characters.
Different old
But
man.
anyways,
Different old
What
man.
do you mean? I have Moosh! Moosh isn't even
Moosh. So anyways,
Whatever.
Moosh. So anyways, well, I just imagine Moosh just sort of hopping up into the air, sprinkling like what looks to be like little sprinkles or like little glitter flakes on top of someone's head, but they're like shaped like little confusion question marks, and just sprinkle it on top of their head.
Confusion sparkles.
Confusion sparkles.
No.
I'm also
I like
tempted
the
to just be
idea
like,
of-
hey, turn around. And it just like flashes him. Like
Or
with
just
a
make-
hand.
Or just pops it like a party popper. Just
No.
I like the one that fits the most for now is because you'll have turned around. You literally just Mr. Krabs run over and smack him on the back, and he's just like, "Huh!" And he gets knocked over.
Yes.
At that, you guys are free to go down the path to where you heard the big loud.
Okay, that was some
Oh,
of my
shit.
extortion,
Come on,
so...
let's go. Let's go.
right. Let's go.
As you
Are
run,
you,
I'm
are you
scuttling.
okay, Lenny?
who are you asking who's okay?
Mr. Lenny, last name.
Oh, Lenny is shaken up. And he's like, he clears his throat and adjusts his tie, straightens his hair a bit with his hands. I'm fine.
Okay, come on. We need to go now.
Right.
Hey, sorry about scaring you.
It's alright. Sometimes things need to get messy in a meeting. I'm sure scare tactics are as valid as any other tactic. I just need to work harder on my own resolve.
Kid, it's okay to be afraid. You don't need to do the act.
The act is all I have. Let's keep moving. With that, Lenny does run ahead and lead you guys just building that is essentially just a room, and you see Ernest tied up in front of it, and that giant fucking thing of ice poking out of it.
The moment Ernest sees them, she's like, oh thank God, oh thank God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh.
Okay, I can fix this.
Are you
And-
gonna melt the ice?
Yeah, Kaboom's gonna start melting the ice with his pyrokinesis.
Okay, use an act. I'm not gonna have you roll for it, just use an act.
Yeah, an act. He's down to 3.
So you use an act, melt the ice, and you see through the hole on the other side, you see Avery with his feet like frozen to the ground and a bunch of ice formed around him on the ground. You see Baylor, who was probably just about to untie Candy under the promise that she would melt the ice, but now he doesn't have to. And you see Candy tied up on the ground.
Oh, thank God!
Oh, good.
Are you guys
Cavalry's
alright?
Well, I'm okay, but I don't know. I'm not going to speak for both of us.
Oh, he looks at his feet and he like kicks his feet up so that they break free from the ice that was freezing him to the ground, and he's like, I'm fine.
Oh, wait. You're like that again. Hold on. Kaboom goes over and touches Avery's shoulder again. His hand glows lightly red underneath to just give him some heat.
Thank you. I'm gonna need to think of a way to pay you back for all this.
I might hold on that a little bit.
Avery
Okay.
does smile.
Okay, who else is missing? Is there anybody
Yes,
else
someone
missing?
tiny.
Oh,
Oh,
hi.
Yeah, please, for the love of
Oh,
God.
God.
Lenny
He's,
goes over.
Yeah.
Lenny goes over to the door so that you guys don't have to go through the hole, and just unlocks it. Lenny wasn't kidding. Lenny's the only one who can unlock that.
huh. So, yeah, just untie them.
Yep. You guys untie
That's
your companion.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I kind of had to. I tried to look around for, like, a key. I kind of. Huh. Ernest looks clear.
You guys now have
Full
Lenny
party.
and your full party. That's right. You have a full party. You have Lenny. Yolev has been knocked out. Candy is tied up. That leaves one missing.
Yeah, that's what I was about to point out, because it's like, wait a minute, we're still missing one person.
Trench coat.
Marty.
Where is he?
They were going to sell us.
They were
What?
gonna sell us, and they were gonna.
They were wanting to sell me and Avery.
The kids were doing human traffic. Oh my fucking god.
Fucked up, right?
Oh, God.
Haha, yeah. Yeah. And he sort of just glares over. He does give a Kaboom does give a glare at Candy.
Look, I lied about why I was helping Marty, okay?
Okay.
Said it was for the
why-
money. I said it was for what he'd pay me. But look, I'm just scared of him, okay? What was I supposed to do? Tell him no? The guy knows how to get guns into this fucking camp. I wanted to be on the winning team.
You know what? I think a lot of us have been scared at this point. I think we just need to find Marty now.
Right. So
We need to stop this before it gets any further.
should we?
I
Hmm.
kind of want
Hey,
to ask.
hey, Letty, last name, whatever your name is.
That is my name.
Can you take Candy over here down to the entrance of this place?
I'll
Give her-
handle You'll Live too.
Yeah.
There's spare rope.
Tie them up. Give them to the fish that's waiting out there. The fish can take them to the camp.
Ah, the lungfish. She's nice. I feel bad about, well, he does go to Candy and start dragging her along, and she's like, oh, jeez, Louise. I just wanted to go to fucking summer camp. And with that, Lenny and
Here we
Candy
are.
are gone.
You'll be lucky to see the sunlight out of your door. After the serious grounding your parents are likely going to do. Oh, and the juvie.
Oh, my parents don't give a shit about me. It's fine.
Ooh, Moosh actually feels bad at that.
Oh no.
That the kids are gone.
All right.
Are you sure we should, like, trust those kids? Considering the one you just get away. He's the one that put us here.
Okay, listen. He just went through a shit. There's a lot that just went down. He's fine for now. The very least.
He literally pointed a gun at Ernest.
Well,
Moosh stares for a
He
second
did
like, what?
something very risky. Let's just say that.
and besides, they're heading towards Tora's direction anyway. He can handle the rest.
Yeah. And besides, I also have the gun, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Right now,
Oh God, you have a gun now?
yes.
He took it
Right
from him.
now, we need to find the last kid. Let's find him now.
So
God, it has been a
before
shit
we
show.
continue, I have to ask. There has been a degree of violence towards children in this. How far is too far? Because I don't want to step over anyone's boundaries.
I would say killing a child.
Yeah.
No kid's gonna die. But you do hear a gunshot.
Ooh. Jesus.
Kids will get injured. They're not gonna die, I'll tell you that much.
I will say,
I'm not willing to kill the kids, but I will tell
considering-
you they can get hurt, and you did hear a gunshot.
considering these fucking kids, goddamn, have been they're trying to literally sell us. That's
But they said that they feared Marty for something.
Yeah.
You hear a gunshot towards the front of the island.
Right, let's move.
Yeah. Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
You
guess-
guys run to the front of the island?
Yeah.
Wherever, yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever that noise came from, definitely. Moosh is running over.
You guys do run, and you see the lungfish taking off, presumably with the kids in tow. But you see Marty at the shore's edge firing gunshots at the lungfish.
Jesus fuck!
Oh God. Oh God.
Taylor tries to knock him out.
Is that an exertion or an extent?
Yeah. Wait. Exertion. With sleep. So he would have to roll fortitude. Holy shit.
Marty feels that tickle in the back of his head, and he looks around, and he's like, ah, shit. He throws the gun into the water, presumably because it's out of ammo, and he's like, well, you caught me.
I knew it.
Avery does put a bit of a hand on Kaboom's shoulder, just to be a grounding presence, I guess.
Oh.
So are you gonna do this the easy way?
Oh, I don't know. I'm considering it. I mean, it would be easy to just give myself up and face the punishment, but I think if I just keep you here a minute longer, I might be able to get away scot-free.
A minute longer? Wait, huh?
Look up.
Jesus Christ.
Kaboom looks up.
You look out into the sky. Before you continue, I'll let you do this after the show, but when you look up to the sky, you do see a sky of stars, but one of those stars seems to be moving closer. You realize that's a helicopter.
Oh, fuck.
So I'm guessing that's your buyer.
They wanted you so badly. You and the ice one. Something about your past and his past.
Well, good. Let them come here. Then I can blow that stupid thing out of the sky.
You don't want to do that. Could be your only chance to find out the truth.
And Kaboom looks up again. Kaboom looks up again. The truth about what?
Where he went.
Wait, who went?
Oh, come on. I know you don't buy what they fed you about what happened to your powers.
What about it? They just got out of control.
Avery kinda squints at that like, how would you know any of this? Same way that I know about your mom. And the hand on Kaboom's shoulder grows a little colder at that mention.
So, twitching. Kaboom just sort of looks over at Baylor, and he's just sort of like, knock the kid out.
Okay. And he tries again.
No dice.
God damn it.
Wow.
The kid's got a
Resilient
strong will.
kid.
Yeah. It's like, that's not gonna work. I know about a lot of you, actually. The people who employed me, they've got a lot of interest in a lot of you. They only wanted Kaboom and Avery, but I get the feeling they'd pay pretty high to get their hands on you. And he points at Moosh.
Moosh legitimately, like, kind of is just like, he cocks his head a little bit, like, huh?
How's Alice?
Moosh stops at that. He stops, and he's just... She's gone.
I wonder if Miss Planchet's going to suffer a similar fate.
Oh, God.
What do you just know everything about everyone here? Are you really just
You know what?
blurting all this stuff, all everybody's business out like this?
Or he's just like slowly steps back.
Who
Just
gives
like,
you the fucking right?
Is he lying about something? Is he withholding information?
You'd have to try to find out.
Kinner's just like slowly step back. He's like, making him uncomfortable.
Oh god, I kind of want to save this because I only have so much left, and I'm like,
We're
but
kind of in a
tempted.
spot where you want to use up stuff.
No, I'm because no, the problem is like a lot of my abilities aren't. But this is for taking information out of him, and I'm tempted to do it. But I feel like Moosh,
Then do it. What are you saving it for?
I feel like Moosh would probably. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Moosh is gonna use Lock and Key on Marty.
Marty feels that and can't stop this one. It's too much exertion. I'm not doing that to you. So he cocks his head. He's like, I don't know what you did to me, but oh. You want the truth.
Moosh nods.
I can give you the truth.
I do want to say also this ability. What does happen is Moosh's like this power manifests as an actual key, and it's like a green key, and then it just pops into like the side of Marty's head and turns.
Okay, the truth. The truth. About all of this?
He nods.
My uncles have connections with someone who knows about all of you pretty intimately. I decided to use my uncle's help to help them. They want you because they want you out of the Psychonauts.
And why is that?
Because the Psychonauts are directly responsible for all of your suffering.
Huh?
Oh.
You think they haven't lied to you?
Mm,
Fed you what you want to hear?
I don't know. I'm new. I,
I feel like the pieces in Moosh's head are starting to fit together a little bit, and he's just starting to remember little fuzzy bits, but he can't remember much, and he's just like, what's in it for you? Why do you want to do this?
They're my family. And they're here. You realize the helicopter had been getting closer all this time, and behind you, down comes a ladder, and sliding down it are two men. I do not have full NPC refs of them, but I did draw their faces.
Oh
Coolio.
no! God damn it, I knew it!
Oh.
Oh no!
These men have empty eye sockets and half masks on their faces. They're
Whoa, what the
dressed in
fuck?
pristine suits, and they look at you guys, and they both tilt their heads in time with each other. And Avery looks at one of them and just stumbles back.
Huh?
Moosh doesn't know
Avery,
anything about this, right?
yeah, Avery
Okay.
actually kind of hides behind Kaboom a little bit, and Avery is visibly frightened.
Moosh's eyes grow dark at these two, though he does not like them.
The one that Avery seems visibly scared of offers a hand to Avery, and the one with the smile offers a hand to Kaboom, both wordlessly.
He slaps the hand away.
The smile on his actual face doesn't remove itself at all, doesn't change. He just tilts his head the other way.
This is creepy.
I don't trust you. You've caused enough harm.
Marty from behind you asks, "So you trust the Psychonauts?"
And he looks down at Avery. No, I might not trust them,
Avery?
but I do trust this one. Or, I may not trust the Psychonauts. But he looks down at Avery, and he's just sort of like, but I trust him. And apparently, he doesn't seem to like either of you two. And probably for good reason.
Avery does. Stop shaking a little bit at that, and he glares now instead of being afraid, and he's like, "I remember what you did to me and to my mom. I remember you." And the man with the frowny face, he very wordlessly unbuttons his shirt just a little bit, pulls his tie aside. He opens it enough to show a scar on his body. Massive and horrific. And behind you, you hear Marty speak for him and say, "Oh, I think he remembers you too, Avery." Avery
But-
kind of just looks away.
Kaboom looks down and is like, "Who are these two?"
They were hitmen, I think. I don't know them too well. They're part of the reason why my mom went missing, I think. That one held me hostage when I was a kid. I remember it. And I remember my mom coming in to save me and telling me to fight back. So I'll do it again. You want another one of those scars on your chest, huh? You want one? I'll put another one in you. It's the first time Avery's really been outright violent that you've ever seen.
So get back up in your helicopter and leave.
Not
Your
without me.
sail gone. You're not going anywhere.
I'm sorry, but they're my legal guardians. I have to go with them.
Legal guardians.
My uncles. Don't you remember I mentioned them?
You know what? Fine. Go.
Marty walks up to them and they both take his hands. You're missing out on an opportunity, all of you. Even you. He looks at Ernest.
Huh?
There's a lot you don't know. I guess ignorance is bliss.
Huh? I don't understand. Again,
Marty rolls his eyes at you, stammering and panicking, and just like, let's go, dear uncles. They get back on that ladder on the helicopter, and it takes off.
What the actual fuck?
What the?
Moosh is kind
Wait,
of.
that's it? They're
Well, before it leaves two out of sight, Kaboom does sort of raise a hand, just sort of like, I could just shoot them out of the sky.
no, I don't
Moosh
think that's a good idea.
Moosh actually kind of taps Kaboom on the leg, like to lower his arm. Leave them.
What
The
fuck?
sentiment is understandable, though.
I have a question. What just happened?
I would like to know.
I think we just dodged something.
Did we though?
Sorry, what?
Did we though?
You guys hear a call from the shore, just, hey! And you look over and you see a couple of boats from the lake. There are some kids, in particular, Lenny and Gruff also. They both brought boats over, that way you wouldn't have to take the lungfish across.
Thank fuck.
Oh, thank God.
I'm so relieved. You can see Steve's welling up a little. Oh my God.
Lenny hops out of his boat when it's like on the shore and goes over and is just like, we're here to bring you back.
Thanks.
Did Marty leave?
Unfortunately.
Little shit. He looks at
Confused.
Ernest.
Alright.
Lenny walks over to Ernest.
Ernest
Please
kind of takes a step back. Just
I'm not coming to hurt you. I just wanted to apologize. I had an act to keep up. It's fine if you don't accept it.
uh, uh, I just kind of like looks at the others before like looking back at Lenny, just to see like the others' expressions, you know?
Moosh just looks like Moosh, but he is a little.
Baylor's climbing into a boat.
Basket looks utterly tired, but also he seems to be thinking about something, but he's just, yeah. There is a very concerned look on his face, and he's also looks at the fucking gun that he had grabbed because he still had it, and he kind of just keeps it to himself.
I do want to say there's a little weird difference with Moosh. He's not as energetic as before. Definitely not. The shine in his eyes is kind of a little bit gone, to be honest. And he's just not even scuttling, he's just kind of walking towards the boat, hands in his pockets. He looks upset.
Okay. There's kind of like looks over Lenny, so like, as long as you don't point those guns, the gun at me again, it should be fine. Should be fine. Oh god, oh.
I don't plan on it. I don't like the weight of it in my hands.
Thank God. That wasn't real, was it?
It was.
Oh my god.
Lenny goes back to the boat and is just like, hop on in. Let's head back to camp.
Yeah. I think I need some sleep after this. And Ernest kind of like goes over, hops on. Pretty shaken up, if I'm honest. In general, you know?
As you guys are heading back, Gruff, while rowing one of the boats, is just like, so what are we gonna do? Are we gonna tell the parents? I mean, we have to, right? But, I mean, this could all stay quiet. We could just go through with the rest of the 2 weeks with the normal students, or campers, rather. Try to make it work.
How do we even tell them? How do we even begin to tell them what happened?
I personally feel like we should maybe not. I mean,
Marty's gone. His legal guardians are
Maybe.
gone, so...
Maybe there's a better way to handle that. Maybe with the troublemaking kids, being violent isn't or harsh is not what they need.
Maybe we can. I don't know. I've got a lot to think about.
I think it might be the right thing to do to tell them, but how do we even begin to talk about it? I think we just need some time.
With words? What? Like, what if this happens again?
They're just gonna fight it if we just throw them to their parents. It'll just get worse.
Can we
Isn't it? Can't it get worse either way?
I don't know. Maybe there's a gentler approach to this that we need to consider.
like what?
Yeah, I know. That's ironic coming from me. But I already tried my method and it didn't work.
Oh no.
What's up, Moosh?
Moose is trying to not think about it, the mention of his sister, but then he just kind of Takes out a little handkerchief and he's kind of dabbing a little bit at his eyes underneath those big glasses. He's trying.
You try.
Avery kind of hugs his arms and is like, from what I understand, all of this was because Marty tricked a bunch of kids into doing something really stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at with this. At least with everything that has been thrown at us since the beginning of this.
He scared all of them
And he
too.
got away.
Unfortunately.
It's kind of like just takes us the glasses from us. Just I can we not talk it right now?
Moosh.
Oh gosh.
Moosh hands Ernest a spare hanky he had.
Thank you.
You're going on awful lot about the Psychonauts not being trustworthy. That's a what was that all about, Kaboom? What you were saying a while ago? I'm sorry for bringing it up. I'm just a little lost here. Just a little.
About what?
Boom. You mentioned something earlier. Something I actually remembered as soon as you said it. Wild card.
What did he bring up? At that, Avery's eyes go wide again, and he looks horrified, like, no, they don't have wild cards anymore. They shouldn't.
What
Yet
is a wild
Kaboom
card? Why do
knows.
you keep
Wild
what is
card?
that?
What? Huh?
A wild card is a special type of operative. And, as the name suggests, a purposely unstable operative to use in situations that require it.
Purposefully?
Huh?
In some cases, yes. Sometimes accidentally, sometimes purposefully.
No, you don't understand. But investigating the wild cards is what led to my mom. She fought so hard to make sure that they weren't a thing anymore. She found out what the Psychonauts were going to do. She tried to make the Psychonauts change.
What they were going to do?
They had a thing called the containment procedure for wild cards. I remember hearing about it when I was really young. They didn't think I heard because I was a kid, but I did. I was around. I remember it.
What do you
Containment
remember of
procedure
it?
was for if a wild card got out of hand. If a wild card didn't listen or wanted to turn against them or just did something they didn't like. Every wild card had a specialized way to contain them in a certain kind of psychic prison until their powers could be harnessed for their use again.
Harnessed?
Harness?
Harnessed?
What? Holy shit, I never heard of all this.
That's because it was a secret. It was a really big secret. The lid got blown on it and the wild card stopped being a thing. That's why Agent Tethers and a bunch of the others are high agents now, because they used to be wild cards. They would have made sure it wasn't a thing anymore.
So it's probably not a thing, right? It's not a thing anymore, right?
But
No.
Kaboom's saying he is one.
Not officially.
What do you mean?
There are some that they keep of that status contained individuals like myself whose natures are useful in that regard.
That's not okay.
No, it isn't. But from the way they explain it, there's no other way. I can either blow up on the field, or I can blow up in a supermarket, is the way they described it. I chose blowing up on the field.
Moosh roll to try and like remember anything at all.
Yeah, roll intelligence.
Okay.
I feel it's uncomfortably nervous.
Ernest is kind of fearful.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Oh fuck!
Holy fuck.
Holy
You just
fuck!
rolled 3 6s. Okay, so.
Devil.
Oh my gosh, no. So. Moosh, you remember a lot all at once. Hearing Avery talk about it, you remember your sister.
Oh no.
You remember the last call you got from her before she went into her coma. She said to you, Scaramouche, this isn't okay. They're going to use it on them, on the wild cards. They're going to use it. Please, you can't. I love you so much. The call got cut off. This is the first time in a long time you've remembered the last call you got from your sister before she went comatose.
Moosh, all of a sudden, he's been having a little bit of a blank stare as soon as he remembered that. And he just says, I remember something.
Hmm?
Huh?
My sister. She was trying to warn me about something. I don't remember. I don't. Something before she went into the coma. She said that they were gonna use it on the wild cards. I don't remember what it was. But I remember something. I'm sorry, I can't remember more. Something's wrong.
Then I guess they have a lot to answer for.
Yeah, they do. You guys make it to the shore at this point. Now, before we continue, would Torres like to stick around for the epilogue? We have his player here.
Oh, fear!
Oh, he
I'm AFKing for someone coming in or out.
So, when you guys make it to the shore, you see Torres waiting with a bunch of the kids who couldn't go to sleep. They were like, no, I want to see that the others are okay. Specifically, you see Winnie Threepwood, you see Hecate Riggs, you see Nellie Teeterdaughter, you see Ketchup. And of course, clinging to Torres's leg. Now awake, after Torres had carried Orly off unconscious, Orly is clinging to Torres's leg.
Oh boy.
Torres, you notice a distinct lack of Agent Spooky.
Where's Spooky?
He
He got shot.
Spooky was here.
What?
What?
Huh?
well, he's a ghost. He said he reformed, right?
Back at the
Wait, but he was here?
he was for a little bit, yes.
I think he'll be fine. It's just he got shot. That was a
God
thing.
damn it. What? Huh?
Well, should be fine. He's an astral projection.
The
He'll
Yeah,
just
important
project somewhere else.
he should be fine. Did anyone else get hurt?
Hmm?
Not physically.
There's just been more of a lot of interesting conversations happened.
Yeah.
They were gonna sell me and the others to the black market.
I
I'm
wouldn't
sorry,
say
what?
Apparently, the
I-
trench-coated kid wanted to sell me and Avery off to some shady individuals in masks that claimed they wanted to help us, quote unquote.
I wouldn't say it's black market, but yeah, they wanted to quote unquote help us. Yet somehow they knew they knew so much about us and Taurus. They mentioned Alice. They mentioned my sister.
Look, we'll figure everything out, okay?
Marty's gone. They took him.
But gone. Who took him?
The
His
guys
uncles,
in-
I guess?
His uncles.
The two men
yes.
in the masks.
They're his
What
uncles.
men in masks?
He called them his legal guardians.
So you just let them take him?
Listen, this kid had guns, they had all these things. There was a lot of shit. At this point, I don't
There were too many unexpected variables otherwise.
Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare.
Again, ironic coming from me, but still.
I'll fill you in, Torres, a little bit later, I think. I think I need to just sit down.
Yeah, you look like you need some rest.
I just want to go back to the cabin.
I think I'll go back to the chambers.
Wait.
Hmm?
Avery looks a little nervous about asking this, but my cabin still has extra beds. I don't think any of us should be alone.
Okay.
Avery is very nervous about having asked that, but he lets out a shaky sigh, like,
I
I
mean,
think I need to sleep.
yeah. Actually, before I do, there are... I need to apologize to two kids in particular. What happened to,
Helen and Birch?
yeah. Sorry, thank you, God. Anyways, I need to speak to the creepy owl-eyed girl and the kid with the crazy curly hair. Helen and Birch.
You know, Torres, that they are still chilling in the main hall infirmary.
Are they awake at this point?
Yes, last time you saw them.
They're still back at the infirmary.
I need to go apologize.
Yeah, I think you probably should.
And Kaboom walks off to apologize to those two.
One of the kids on the beach actually shuffles up to Pascal.
Huh?
You look down and you see it's Birdie.
Oh, hi. You're not gonna call me Nosferatu again?
No. A lot of this has been very eye-opening.
Really?
I think even if you are a monster, that doesn't make you a monster.
Hmm. Sorry, am I quiet now? Hello?
No, you're not.
Okay.
Birdie actually takes you by the hand and tries to pull you aside, like, can I talk to you?
Sure. He gives Torres a little bit of a nervous look, but then actually goes and follows.
Taurus was gonna shoo him off anyway.
Birdie looks up at you once you're a little bit away, and he's crying. He opens his mouth and holds it open with his fingers, and you can see two tiny fangs.
No way. Are are you serious?
He
This is
nods.
no. Why were you? Okay. If we're going to admit anything, then yeah. Yeah, this entire time I have been also a vampire. What? Why? Why? Why so like picking on me?
How else do I convince other people not to suspect me?
So you pick that's not the way to do it. But you know what? You know what? It's forgivable.
I didn't want. I thought maybe if I could stop a monster like me, then I wouldn't be one anymore. But you worked really hard to keep everyone in the camp safe, so I guess it doesn't matter.
No, listen, you're not a monster. Okay? Neither one of us are actually.
Okay.
All right? Pascal looks like he's actually going to be. He almost looks like he's about to cry, actually.
I'm sorry. I was just. And he's a crybaby. He's like.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Listen. People are going to think that you're a monster, but you can show them much better that you are not one.
He kind of like hugs your leg.
Oh, he pats. He's like, it's okay.
With that, you lead Birdie back to the kids, and he goes off to be amongst them. Ketchup runs up to Kaboom, or rather runs after Kaboom. You notice she slipped out. You go follow him. Dresden, the one kid who looks a lot like a doll, goes back up to Baylor.
Oh,
Are you okay?
he lets out one of those laugh sighs. Like, and he says, "Yeah, I'll be fine. How are everybody here? Are you guys okay?"
Some of us were a little hurt, but it's okay. I got my friend's help to make this. And she holds up a little ball joint doll that it's messy, but it's got felt hair and felt clothes, and it looks like you.
Oh, Baylor looks floored. What? That's what you made. That's so cool. And he gently takes it, like, to get a better look at it. You really made this?
I love to make dolls. It's my passion.
You are kidding. Wow. This is amazing looking. Don't know why you.
Salita and I thought someone else who appreciates the art of creating things deserved one.
He actually flushes and he's not sure how to respond now.
Aw.
Thank you. He's all flustered now.
She smiles and hurries off. Moosh, you're approached by Hecate and Winnie.
Huh.
Winnie looks at you and is like, "Are you okay, mister?"
Oh god. Hello?
Hello.
Jesus. Hold on. I gotta turn this off because it keeps actually suppressing my voice now. Moosh is just kind of like looks down and looks back up, and he's just like, truthfully, no, but I think I'll be fine. Just a lot's been happening.
Well, Hecate chimes in like, "That's okay. My dad said sometimes when you feel really, really bad, sometimes you just need to find something to put all your passion into until you feel better." Um, she pulls out a little CD from her pocket. She's like, I have a music player back in my cabin. If you want to go listen to music."
Moosh kind of smiles at that. It's kind of hard to see behind his big bushy mustache, and he's just like, nods like a okay, and he gets up.
Winnie takes one hand and Hecate takes the other, and they lead Moosh away
Oh.
to go listen to some music. You see the cover of that CD, and you realize it is heavy metal.
Moosh better.
Moosh about to. Jesus.
Avery goes over to Ernest and is just like, Are you okay?"
I honestly, if I'm honest, I'm not okay. Considering what happened, oh,
Do you
I,
do you want to come pet my cats? That helps me when I'm upset.
Ernest thinks about it for a moment, even though he has an allergy for cat hair. It does sound tempting. Maybe for a little bit. If you have like medicine or something like or an allergy though, that would be nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I actually do.
Oh, thank God. I don't want to get all sneezy and I don't want to get all sneezy and teary.
Come on. Avery starts to walk off and motions for Ernest to follow.
Ernest like falls behind. Ernest is doing this, just like hey, you said you're Avery? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Avery.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And with that, you're led away. We cut to Kaboom at the infirmary. We see Helen and Birch sitting on one of those little like table beds that they have in infirmaries. They're just sitting next to each other. You notice they're holding hands.
Kaboom, before he enters, does do a little bit of a knock.
They look at you, and Birch straightens out a bit, and Helen kind of clenches her fist.
Hey,
What do you want?
and is there any like chairs or stools nearby or something?
There are chairs.
So Kaboom does take one of the chairs, although he's not very graceful at it. It's not exactly as smooth a transition as he would like, as he's like, and he's, but he does swivel it over as he sits down, looks at the two of them, and is just sort of like, I wanted to apologize for what I did.
Really?
Yes, really. I hurt you too. Regardless of what you did, my reaction did not warrant it. I hurt you. And I'm very sorry.
Helen sniffles, and then she starts to cry, very silently.
Oh, wait, did I say something wrong?
No, you didn't. I'm sorry. We just wanted to help Matt.
You were scared.
Not scared. We just wanted to help Matt. He said his dad and what happened, and we heard about it, and
We all make mistakes. It's fine. I've made plenty. Probably too many. But it happened, and it's done. What matters now is, I guess, what you two decide to do going forward.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I kinda wanna help Helen.
And then Kaboom just sort of nods, and it's like, hmm. Well, it's good that you two have each other.
You hear from the doorway, Ketchup, and she asks, "Do you have anyone?"
Not everyone is so lucky.
Ketchup goes over and she hugs Kaboom from the side, like, "Can I be someone?"
And Kaboom looks down and he's like, well, you certainly are something. And he sort of messes up her hair. And it's just sort of like, sure. And he does look over back at Birch and Helen. I want to invite you to a different type of exercise. It's not hiking. I'm not going to force you to do exercises or runs or anything. It's exercises that have helped me. I think maybe you two, or with you two, it might help too. It's not exciting, and it's not banging, and it's not lighting stuff on fire, yeah, but I think maybe you two need it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people thought that they didn't really much trust me either. They didn't think much of me, and that made me feel really alone. And I acted out sometimes. And maybe I just needed someone to pay attention.
Thank you.
Yeah. You two take care of yourselves, okay?
They nod. And Ketchup lets go of hugging Kaboom. She's like, you know, I'm gonna miss you when camp's over.
Well, you can send letters then. Pretty sure I still have that mailbox. You can just send stuff there. Be a pen pal sort of thing, maybe.
Yeah. Like how I send letters home to I send them to my dad. He can't afford to take care of me, so my uncle does. So I send letters to my dad.
He sounds like a good man trying his best.
Mm-hmm. And she nods.
And he gives her another pat on the head. Alright, I better head back to the others before they think I started a fire again.
They shouldn't do that.
Yeah. And Kaboom walks out of the infirmary.
Ketchup waves. Where do you head?
Back to the others, I suppose. Or I guess first to Avery, because I'm assuming Avery is waiting for him.
Yeah, Avery's, well, when you head to the others, they're all at, like, the camper's cabin, or the counselor's cabins, rather. Avery is sitting outside of his, presumably with Ernest, and they're just petting the cats.
You're petting cats.
Yeah, I thought it might help Ernest feel better.
Wait, isn't Ernest allergic to cats?
I have allergy medicine.
Yeah, it really helps.
Sorry, I just get I get a funny image of just like, wait, isn't he allergic to cats? And he just turns all red. And he turns into a big bloody mess.
Don't bully the boy.
No, Ernst has the medicine. It's fine.
Alternate cats.
Ernst is petting the cat. You kind of like, trying to get Kaboom. Ernst is immediately like a little kind of intimidated of Kaboom. Not gonna lie.
Avery isn't. Avery gets up holding one of the cats and offers it to Kaboom, like, this one, his name is Skimbleshanks. I think he likes you.
Fucking damn it.
He gently takes the cat. And he awkwardly tries to pet it. He's not used to petting cats. But he does it not against, but with the fur, not against it. He at least remembers it that much.
Skimbleshanks, the little orange cat, leans against you. You notice this cat is missing an eye.
What happened to you, little guy? Got into a fight that was too big for you?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I met him by one of the railway stations. It was abandoned. I think maybe there were a lot of cats there.
So he was a scrappy little stray, I guess, huh?
That's how most of them were. I like taking them in.
And he begins to pet the top of the head of little Skimbleshanks.
Skimbleshanks seems pleased, especially by his body heat.
Well, I mean, Kaboom does add the added bonus of sort of increasing his body heat just ever so slightly. Not enough to really burn anything or anything, but it's more like he just became like a heated blanket.
That a bunch of other cats start swarming at his feet. It's okay. It's okay. Avery leans down and scoops up a couple of them in his arms and is like, come on, back inside. And he brings them into the cabin.
Hold on one momento.
Kitty.
Are you sure?
Just kind of looks away from Kaboom as he's still petting the cat.
The cat you're petting is named Victoria. She's a little white floofer.
Oh. Oh. I'm sure Ernest is trying, he's trying to pet it, often, and it's just, maybe just rub at the head.
She purrs very loudly.
Huh.
With that, Avery helps Ernest lead a bunch of the cats back into his cabin and is like, you can go off on your own then.
Yeah, yeah, I was just gonna go back to the dorm, where, I think it was Mr. Torres?
Hey, are you okay, Ernest? And Kaboom sort of tries taking a step forward to Ernest.
Ernest takes a step back. It's just,
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. And Kaboom looks a little disappointed at that. Okay.
I'm fine.
Never mind. You can go.
I'm fine. Ernest kind of looks over. It's like, I bet she's not far from where his own cabin is.
Yeah, they're within sight of each other.
Okay. Imagine Ernest would kind of start stepping back a little bit. It's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just, I'm gonna go. And Ernest starts to walk towards his cabin a bit in a brisk pace. I'm sorry, Termus.
It's okay.
Avery kind of like watches and is like, I think he's just scared of everything.
I kind of want a scene with Kaboom.
Oh, Moosh, do you want
Sure.
to approach Kaboom?
I want to approach Kaboom. So yeah, Moosh kind of like was hopping out of the. Yeah, Moosh was headbanging to some metal, but I would say he
That was at the
probably-
kids' cabins. Now he's coming back to the counselor cabin.
He doesn't have much of a neck. I think he was just vibing, bro. I don't think he would headbang, but okay. Yeah, he's coming
wobbles.
back. And he kind of looks a little dizzy, but it's fine. He does actually, like, stop for a moment when he sees you, Kaboom. And he's just, like, trying to remember what he was trying to say, and he was just like, ah, I actually wanted to talk to you.
Sure.
Oh, should I go in the cabin?
Is
Oh,
it
wait.
private?
You
Is
can-
this private or?
You can stay, I guess. It depends on, you, really. And then, he looks over at Kaboom.
I guess it depends on Kaboom if Avery stays.
Yes.
You can stay if you want.
I'd like to be around.
Okay.
Uh,
So what did you want to say?
I wanted to ask, how did you know you were a wild card? That's not, if I remember correctly, that's not something,
That they tell you?
yeah. Especially if you're classified as one.
Funny thing about when people try to sedate me. They don't sedate me very well. I was in and out of a lot of things, and I heard the words sort of slip out of a few mouths.
So, nobody told you directly, you just found out on your own.
Yep. But I just sort of accepted it as just part of my treatment.
You were just willing to accept a lot of things, huh?
As they told me, directly to my face, you can either blow up on the field, or you could blow up in a grocery store. Your choice.
Avery looks miffed at the statement, just like, you know, I never really had a choice on whether or not I wanted to be one either. I was raised by them. So of course they raised me to be an agent. What would you be if you weren't one?
To be honest, I'd probably just do what my dad did, I guess.
Which was?
He ironically was a firefighter.
I'd want to be a librarian.
Moosh looks up to the sky and he just kind of just like looks up and he's just like, I don't know what I would have liked to have been, or what I'd like to be now. I just know the Psychonauts are my only shot at getting any answer. I don't remember what happened. A lot of things, they get muddled in my head. And he like kind of makes a little motion to go along with that. And he looks back at you too and he's just like, but I want to know what they're hiding from me.
And apparently they know more about my smiling man than they're letting on.
Yeah. I think they're keeping a lot of secrets again.
Not good.
Know how you said you'd do what your dad did? I think I can get that. I think I really want to do what my mom did.
Help others?
Fix the Psychonauts.
If they're hiding so many secrets again, do you think, Nelson and the others know?
I don't know why they would. They worked so hard to change things in the past.
They're
Them and a
part.
few others.
Then who?
Sorry.
Then who's hiding all of this? Again, why?
They're just part of one branch of the Psychonauts. They probably don't know. If we would want answers on that, you'd have to go to the main Psychonauts HQ.
I want to see if Moosh can remember a little bit more of anything. Oh, can I?
Intel.
Yeah. He's, Moosh's baby. Oh shit.
What exactly were you hoping to remember?
Hoping to remember anything else, Alice had warned. Remembering anything else he saw among those files. Just anything at this point.
You remember a couple of FBI agents. One Alice said she trusted when she worked there. His name was Jim Ingram.
Moosh stops for a moment, and he just kind of just like, he kind of like is like doing a think. He's doing a thonk, and then he's just like, hey, what was his name? There was somebody, my sister trusted. His name was Jim, I think? Jim Ingram? He might know how to help. I can't remember much.
Maybe we can look up some stuff about him when we get back to HQ.
That sounds like a good idea.
Now I think I want to do what I came here to do in the first place. I want to break from all this. I want to try to be a person, you know?
I think you're doing a better job than you think.
Thanks.
Moosh offers a little pat on his leg because he's extremely short.
Avery does smile a little bit at the gesture.
Oh. And, Moosh looks over at Kaboom too, and he's just kind of like, you may not think it, but you're getting better too.
Hmm.
And yeah, with that, Moosh kind of just leaves. He goes to his cabin, scampers away.
Mr. Krabs walk. There he go.
No, he doesn't do that. He just walks. He walks normally with his hands behind his back.
So Avery looks at Kaboom and is like, "Are you tired as I am?"
Yeah.
He holds the cabin door open for Kaboom.
Okay, and he follows in.
Kaboom, that night, you find out that sleeping in a room with a lot of cats is not as hard as one would think it would be, so long as the cats mind their own business. But a couple of them do want to cuddle with you while they sleep. So congrats, you have what is essentially a bunch of living teddy bears in your bed.
I thought you were just going to say, and then Kaboom found himself in a giant pile of cats as they all proceeded to lay on him because he is like a warm blanket.
There's like one that tried to lay on him, but if he moves around, they just resign themselves to laying beside him.
So, but just
A
two
couple
cats.
of them do the same with Avery. Actually, even though Avery's cold, they still sleep with him. Funnily enough, it's almost as if they're trying to warm him.
Aw.
With that, you all go to bed. The night passes. In the morning, it's a bit of a strange morning meeting at that hall. You remember you don't have your schedule anymore, so you're gonna have to wing it if you keep doing this, but Gruff comes up to you guys after distributing breakfast to the kids and to you, and he's like, "Here." They pull out a big stapled bunch of paper, and they hold it out to Torres.
Well, Torres takes it.
It's a new schedule.
Oh, thank you. Torres kind of skims it over.
It's got a bunch of what you would expect, you know, an arts and crafts day, a swimming day, be active, sporty type of day, and then of course there are a couple days lined out for practicing psychic power. Gruff just says, "I kinda winged it, but I figured this would be good enough to get us through the next week or so, you know?"
Yeah, no, this looks good. Thank you, Gruff.
Yeah. So, did we figure out how we're gonna handle this? I guess that's a no.
There's mixed opinions.
Maybe we should ask the kids.
Are you sure we should?
And Moosh turns to
What?
face the kids.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a really good idea, actually, because
Well, what, you mean just asking the kids what they think they deserve?
Kinda.
A little bit.
I don't know. Seems like nobody here. This was messed up for everybody.
Well, I think the kids are smarter than you think, and I think we should ask them.
Do you make an announcement to the kids?
Me?
Anyone?
Oh god. If no one will, Moosh
Well,
will, but like, he's quiet for now.
Ernest is definitely going to be quiet. He wouldn't know what to say.
Pascal will at least get their attention. Hey, everyone. Hello?
Bunch of kids turn and look at you.
Hmm. We'd like to, talk about what happened. Haskell turns and looks at everybody else.
The kids are very nervous about it, and after a second, Mac gets up and steps forward and is like, "Tell them I did all of it.
No, that's not going to solve anything.
Gonna keep all of these other kids from getting in trouble because of my stupid shit."
Yeah, it was stupid of you. But I'm not going to let a dumb decision that you made as a dumb kid, follow you for the rest of your life.
Buddy, I'm 16. I should know better.
And you're still a kid.
Wait, how old are kids that are supposed to be here?
Younger than
I mean, about 10 or 11 or something, I think.
13's the cutoff.
He's not even supposed to. He just Pascal like face palms. But he's like, you know what? This has been enough for him.
Yeah, I think you're kind of missing the point. I think that there's sort of a deeper problem going around here. A problem that has been left sort of unchecked out of all of you. You all made terrible, terrible mistakes. And I think all of you sort of realize that now. So, we're going to give you two options. You can admit to what you did to your parents yourselves and continue your treatment here at the camp. For real this time. Or we can do it. We can send you home and you never have to come here ever again.
Won't them telling their parents cause us liability?
I can handle that. You think the Psychonauts don't know how to ride over a bunch of stuff, make it not happen?
Baylor shuts up.
To be fair, I'm not going to necessarily think, I don't think any of us are going to think any less of you for whatever decision you decide to make. But personally, I think if you choose the former, if you decide to own up to this mistake now, there'll at least be some possibilities open to you. You can make it better. But it'll have to be your choice.
Miss raises her hand amongst the others and is like, "Can we have a day to decide?"
Yeah.
Cool. With that, breakfast continues. The day continues. It's a normal day. Much more normal than any other. None of the kids are really trying to cause any problems after everything that happened. And then the next day, in the morning, a bunch of kids come up to you all one by one, and they tell you what they want to do. And to the surprise of all of you, none of them picked the second option.
And Kaboom looks over to the rest of his teammates, just sort of like, okay.
Pascal just kind of sort of sighs. Yeah. Okay. I guess
Okay.
that's that then.
I guess. Is it all done? Or do we? Are we just gonna keep going with?
Hey, random question.
Hmm?
Does psychotherapy help calm nerves?
It can. It does.
Okay, because I'm gonna use that on Ernest.
I will let you do this.
Okay, cool. So you don't need to roll for it. You just help calm Ernest down.
I pap him on the leg and use psychotherapy.
Ooh.
Now Ernest doesn't need to stutter so much or be so scared.
I guess that uses an act, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, all the kids have decided they want to stay. That means you guys get to ride out the rest of being your camp counselor selves. You figure none of it is going to be as long or as painful as what they put you through these first few days. You hope you can make some memories for them. That's
Kaboom.
actually the end.
Yep. And I will say that through the remainder of the tenure, Kaboom actually does teach Helen and Bertie the meditation sort of techniques that he used to sort of help himself. He doesn't do it in the isolation chamber. Ironically, he does sort of take them up sort of the mountain trail, but only by a little bit, to just sort of a nice little clearing, a nice little nature bit to help them. And for everyone else, he basically sort of just still does the fire pottery class to teach them control over their pyrokinesis.
Moosh actually surprisingly probably hangs out a little bit more around Winnie and Kate. Just like, I don't know, he generally likes them. They're very cute kids.
Yeah. For those who want to get out right now what they think their person would do for the rest of the camp, you can do that. But I'm going to tell you right now, once this session ends, Psychonauts is going on a bit of a break, and during that break, you will be free to have as many character interactions you want with any of the kids of your choice.
Oh, fuck.
So, can that be the end?
Yeah!
Kabang!
Oh,
Oh shit!
no!
So do I
No, I mean
Cut
like
it off, yeah.
gavel